Hey Sharks, I'm Tom Filippini from the Mile High City. And today I'm raising $150,000 for a 10% stake in my company, Pepper Pong. I'm here to tell you that the world's largest racket sport, ping pong, is the world's largest racket sport. Ping pong has become pretty crusty. This old dog was invented in the 1800s and has and that was a century before sliced bread, and it shows. It's time to spice things up. Meet Pepper Pong, our brand new game that is fun for all ages and sets up anywhere. Roll tape. Pepper Pong ditches the need for a dedicated table. Any reasonably flat surface, including the floor, becomes a battleground. Our fence expands to fit any surface and sets up in seconds. No flimsy clamps. But the real spice is in the peppers. 3 unique balls designed to be adaptable to any surface and making Pepper Pong easy to learn, but very difficult to master. Low bounce jalapeno is great for beginners and small tables. Medium bounce habanero is an all-around favorite for all table sizes and all skill levels. And then to really spice things up, you have the ghost pepper for intense rallies on larger tables. Pepper Pong is whisper quiet and furniture friendly, so even mom will be playing ball in the house. So Sharks, which of you wants to rally this movement and serve up the spiciest game of our generation?
Good job.
We are back with another Shark Tank breakdown. I am Dave, 10-year intellectual property attorney, dealing with everything from trademarks, patents, copyrights, as well as trade secrets. You see the shirt, patents, copyrights, trademarks, trade secrets. I'm representing, and this is an interesting one, man. I don't watch these things in real time. I mean, I don't watch these things beforehand. I watch them in real time, and as I'm going through it, I'm like, I actually really like this one. Obviously, we know that this whole racket sports is becoming extremely popular with pickleball, and obviously you have tennis and other games that's coming out that's using a racket. So people are already kind of familiar with kind of this whole racket sports, and this essentially game Pepper Pong, which I love the name, by the way. This almost like, hey, pull up wherever we are at the car, on the floor, on a table, and let's get to going. You talking stuff about kind of ping pong and you know, being able to beat me, especially from a competitive standpoint. Hey, I got it in my backpack. Let's get to it. So I actually really like the game. Again, $1.5 million evaluation is not that bad. I'll be interested in seeing the sales. But the things that I look for to see whether or not something is going to be a rocket or just going to be, you know, pretty good and they make some money is how simple is it? I think this is extremely simple. No, again, I don't want to call it a net, but essentially a platform that you are able to kind of is foldable, where you can kind of easily put it in your backpack, or I think it even comes in a bag or whatnot, and you can unfold it, whether it's on a car that you saw them playing on, whether it's on a table, whether it's on the floor, whatever the case may be. And so it seems to be pretty simple, kind of the balls, you have the racket. It seems to be, you know, well, from an effectiveness standpoint, I guess that'll come out in the sales and the reviews. And the market, like I said, the market is huge just because people are already becoming kind of more, not familiar, but more, it's kind of, with this whole racquetball sports or having a racket in your hands, that's becoming a more popular thing, especially, like I said, with the rise in pickleball. I just came back from the gym at Lifetime, and again, they took one of the basketball courts down for the pickleball, a couple pickleball courts. So again, this whole racket sports is becoming a big thing. So people are already familiar and used to kind of doing things with the racket, all ages. And then again, like I said, this is different from the pickleball. I mean, yeah, the pickleball, and different from tennis, and different from even ping pong, where you typically have to have a ping pong table. It's almost like ping pong on the go. I'm not sure if ping pong is a registered trademark, but that's something that they should definitely look to trademark. And we'll see whether or not they have Pepper Pong trademark, but they should definitely say ping pong on the go. I like that. I like that as a trademark term. So I'm going to charge you guys for that. But Tom, if you're listening to this, ping pong on the go, that's something that you should definitely look to trademark. But again, the market is, I think it's something there with the market where the market is, like you said, ping pong has been around forever. So it's almost like an update to ping pong, but it's different. And it's different from all the other racket sports, the tennis, the pickleballs, things of that sort. So again, I think it's something there, just kind of my initial thoughts of it. And then a fourth thing that I look for is the IP. Do you have your IP protected? Again, I know it already. When you start talking about unique ball design, when you're talking about this kind of overall setup of a game and kind of the things that he talked about, the rackets, the unique ball design, the different skill levels in the balls, the fact that you have this kind of foldable or deployable net, if you will, all that stuff to me as a patent attorney, it lends itself to patentability, which is a great thing. So we'll see whether or not they kind of get off into whether or not he has this thing patentable, a patent on the actual game. But this is all things that, in my opinion, would get it over the hump. So let's see if he has his IP protected as far as the game, as well as the trademark. We said Pepper Pong. I just gave him another trademark. Hopefully he does something with the ping pong on the go. And to the extent that all that is check, he may have a rocket ship on his hands. So let's get back to the actual pitch, see what the Sharks think about it, and let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's gonna play?
So which
Yeah,
of you wants to come up and play
Let's
Pepper?
play
We'll play
doubles.
doubles. All right.
Come on.
All right, now we're talking.
Yeah,
now
there
we're
we
talking.
go.
Oh, ace.
Yeah.
I think we won.
I do too. Okay, so how many have you sold?
We sold about $260,000 worth of product. We launched less than a year ago.
Are you selling them mostly on Amazon or where?
We're only selling on our website. We're really trying to control the consumer experience, and 100% of our reviews have been 5-star reviews.
Wow.
All
How many
5-star.
reviews do you have?
We
About
have
4
we
reviews?
have about 160 reviews. The cool thing about it is, ping pong has some real flaws to it, right? You need the big table. You need the gear. I don't know if you've ever shown up somewhere where the paddles are broken or the balls are cracked like that. Or
Yeah,
the
paddles have splinters in them.
Exactly. The other big problem with ping pong is it doesn't level the playing field. So if one person is good, the other person is not good, it's a blowout. And nobody likes blowouts.
What do they cost to make? What do you sell them for?
So landed cost is about $20.
Yeah.
We're selling them for $70.
Why so little? Why so little?
I thought so much, actually.
I think we have some elasticity up to 89, and without much detriment to sales or conversion rates. So
You got room on price. So Tom, you got to tell me what's your background and how did you come up with Pepper Pong?
It's actually a very interesting and personal story. So I've had a long career of success in business. In my mid-20s, I started a large travel company. It was a well-known brand. Unfortunately, I was afflicted with alcoholism for a number of years. And after my successes, I found quite a bit of failure. I was able to become sober in 2016.
Good for you.
With the amazing support of my wife and my 3 beautiful daughters, who I frankly lost everything else. Financially, it was devastating for me, but I bounced back. I've had no relapses since. I feel like I was shot out of a cannon. This is truly my passion project.
So are you the only investor? Is that you?
Yes, it's only me.
How much money you have
How much
into
did you
it?
put into it?
About $500,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really my entire life story in a product.
Well,
The value.
did you make your own molds?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
what was this 500,000?
Yeah,
Because
so we have Lori, to
So
your
that
point.
was a big cost for you because it's probably a multi-cavity mold.
Yeah, it's a multi-cavity
Yeah.
mold. They're expensive. We've got a good amount of inventory. So
How much?
So a little under 10,000 units remaining right now.
Do you know what your customer acquisition cost is?
It's about $21, $22.
Basically, you're giving up a majority of your margin to acquire that customer, but they only buy one game. They don't buy multiple games.
Well, we're actually seeing a tremendous amount of repeat purchases.
Why?
Because,
Why are they?
Because gifting. This is a massively popular gift.
Tom, take us through your sales and your profitability since you started.
Yeah, so we really started selling in earnest last fall.
Okay, last fall.
Yeah, and we
Okay.
did $160,000 of net sales.
Got it. And you're on track this year to do how many sales?
Between $600,000 and $800,000, but this will be a generation-defining game, and it's patented.
What
so
is
utility
patented
patent.
about it?
So the fence is the
The
patent.
foldable fence.
Yep.
What do you need the money for?
We need a second mold, I believe, at some point to double output production.
But that's
You
not
know,
a pain.
that's one of the biggest lessons that entrepreneurs have to learn and mistake they make often. So you really should go slowly.
Yeah.
Don't start another mold, which is close to $100,000. Go step by step.
And that's
Crawl,
Yeah.
walk, run.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think it's very fun, but I don't think it's the right journey for me. So I'm sorry, I'm out.
That's interesting. And I'll stop it really quickly because as I was kind of thinking through this thing ahead of time, I thought this was something that Lori would definitely be able to get behind, especially since, again, he said the magic words. It is patented, which is good. And like I said at the beginning, hey, man, just kind of how he described it with the balls and the racket and the fence or whatnot, I definitely think it had some, patentability features or patentable features. And it seems like he did say it was patentable. So that's great. Some other things, again, I love the fact that, and you're seeing this more and more with all these old games that have been around since the 1800s, since the 1900s, since the late 1900s. People are kind of modifying or updating, and I think that's a great way to start for those of you listening. If you're trying to think, okay, how can I get into this game as it relates to business, as it relates to having some IP? I think starting with those things that have been around forever and not have much change, and kind of look, okay, how can I update this thing? How can I make it better? How can I make it a lot more funner, if that's a word? How can I make this thing so that everybody can enjoy it? I know he talked about being able to equal the playing field, similar to like a golf. You have a handicap in golf, kind of equal the playing fields. He talked about that. That's a great way to start when you're trying to say, okay, how can I take something that's been around forever, update it, protect it, my IP, whether it's a trademark, patent, whatever the case may be, and come out with it. I think that's a great way to get off into the game, and obviously he has done so with his product. So kudos to him. And again, for people who looking to get off into the game, that's a great way to go. Seems like his margins are pretty good. 500K, that was crazy. I wasn't expecting 500K for things that he did up until this point. And again, and these are real stories, which is always good to see. Again, it seems like things got a little emotional there with kind of him overcoming alcoholism and almost losing his family. Hey man, sometimes I kind of sit back and think, man, it seems like he got a real one as far as a woman, being able to stick by his side through everything, and his 3 daughters. So shouts out to them. And seems like this guy kind of knows what he's doing from a business standpoint. Seems like he has had a lot of success. So, man, great that he's able to overcome the alcoholism, and it seems like he's back at it. Man, I meant to mention this at the beginning, but I mean, you could tell, man, when you're pitching your product, things can get a little bit, I guess, intimidating or anxious. And it seems like he kind of was stuttering early on to kind of get through it and fumbling his way through it. But it seems like he's rocking and rolling right now. So kudos to, I think his name is Tim, for that. I think that's all I have. No, so kind of going back to when I said the 3 things plus my bonus, which is IPs, the simple effectiveness of it, as well as the market. Again, $260,000 in less than a year product sold. I think that's pretty big to me. And then what you said, 100% of the reviews have been 5 stars. Which again, I talked about the effectiveness of a product kind of really going towards sales and the reviews. So it seems like it's effective, pretty simple, as I talked about earlier. And the market is there. And I do agree with him as far as, hey, especially coming up on Christmas time, being able to kind of buy this thing for your relatives, or just kind of buying this thing as a gift. So I do think that's a big thing. I'm not sure about the second mold, what the second mold is about. Seems like they're already sitting on a ton of inventory. So it seems like you almost want to kind of get that cleared out before starting to try to produce more of the product. But again, it seems like it's simple, it's effective, and the market is there, and he has his IP protected. So we'll see what sharks, if any, kind of come around and kind of make them some offers. Like I said, I'm surprised that Lori went out. I thought this is something that she can be able to get behind, especially since it's protected. But I mean, I can see this thing being big, especially, again, ping pong. This is like kind of the next version, a new version of it. It seems like the margins are kind of pretty good, as with room to grow. So let me know what you think in the comment section. But those are some of my thoughts so far. Let's kind of finish this thing up and see if the gentleman, Tim, gets a deal. Let's go.
Thanks, Lori.
It sounds like it's getting some traction, but it boils down to, well, how much of a royalty do I want to put on it? How do I ever get back my cash? I want to make 5X on that. It's not grabbing me by the ping pong balls. Listen, I've enjoyed the presentation. I think it actually has proven itself, and now it's about how the gasoline gets poured on it. But for me, I'm out.
Tom, look, what you've done is great. Your personal journey, I mean, just to go from where you are with your family to take the step and just have the confidence to keep on pushing forward is amazing. You deserve a ton of credit. But this is who you are. This is your identity. And those types of businesses are really difficult to invest in. I think you'll be great on your own, but for those reasons, I'm out.
Tom, my question is just how you feel about retail. That's where I kind of be interested. I think I'm really interested in your story. I mean, to come out here and be vulnerable and talk about sobriety. I haven't had a drink in 2 years.
Congratulations.
I didn't have, thank you. I kept saying, oh, dry January. Couldn't make it past dry January. And I looked at my life and said, I got over cancer. I got out of the clutches of drug dealers in the hood, but I can't get away from just doing this. You know, you went through that dark stage.
Yep.
Right. So welcome back.
Hope you're feeling the same way.
I'm feeling absolutely amazing
Love
about it. I'll give you the 150K, but my idea is to help you with the retail side, but I want 30%.
Ooh. But I think
Makes
the
it kind of
Toddster's still in the deal.
spicy.
Yeah, I'm still in the deal.
Todd, I've read about your background.
Maybe come
and
in and save the day.
Well,
I could see these at every Raising Cane's just as a customer entertainment vehicle.
I love ping pong. Like, actually, I did a collaboration restaurant with my friend Post Malone. I'm also invested in a pickleball team. That's been a great investment and continues to do better. And so I love the portability. I love you. So I'm gonna make you an offer, right?
Little TiVo action.
Tom has an offer on the table from Damon for his portable ping pong game, Pepper Pong. But Todd is also interested.
So I'll give you the $150,000 and I'll go 25%.
Todd, you animal. Why would you undercut me like that? You're a guest.
I'd love to hear, sort of your respective visions. Like, how could you help me? I mean, that's obviously a big haircut on the equity for me.
Yeah, no doubt. I can tell you what I can add, right?
Yeah.
I told you about the collaboration with Post Malone at our restaurant. Our sales went through the roof. I know how to do these things. I'm a social media machine.
Yeah.
I got a whole team behind me that helps me with these things, and I live it every day. And so I'll get your product out there. I'll help you expand it for low acquisition costs. I think that's what I bring to the table.
I believe you. Damon, what's your sort of vision for how this would play in retail?
Well, how do you think it would play in retail?
Well, when you sell retail, you have a difficult time, bringing your customer into the family, so to speak.
Yes.
And I want to bring my customer into the family, at least in the beginning, to nurture that relationship, make them feel part of a movement. So I want to go to retail, but not right out of the gate.
Well, then I want to be respectful of your dream.
Tom, I'm in, buddy. You and me.
Listen,
Love it. All right, that helps.
You're concerned about retail, which I can understand that. You're building it up slowly. I think out of respect for you and your dream, I think that I'm going to take my offer off the table. I'm out.
Okay. No, I get it. Todd, I would love to do a deal with you. I'm curious if you'd split the difference with me down to 17.5%.
17.5.
In the spirit of a long-term partnership.
Let's go 20 and you got yourself a deal.
Could you go just 19, just psychologically?
Why not?
All right, let's do it.
Let's go, Tom.
Kudos to him for getting the deal. I actually like this product, man. I think this product has some potential. Like I said, it's simple, it's effective. It seems like the market is there, and he has his IP protected. I think he has a great partner in Todd. He had to give up double of the equity that he wanted to, which was interesting. But I do think that, I don't know, this is one that I'll be interested in, not only interviewing him, but just kind of keeping tabs on how things play out, because I think we are definitely going to see this thing like the Walmarts and stuff like that at some point. Let me pull up the website here. I did check, by the way, while the pitch was going on, and he does have a trademark on a term pepper Pong. I would like to see that earn a circle since it is a registered trademark. And man, I actually really like the game. I think this is a fun game that you can get with when you're talking about summertime, when you're talking about family events, and even kind of events at the house. Just being able to set up anywhere. You see here on a picnic table, being able to set up at the floor at the house, at the table at the house, being able to set up on a ping pong table. So I don't know, I like that. He did say he has a patent on it, and typically I like to see those at the bottom. It doesn't look like he has it, the patent number at the bottom, but I would love to see it at the bottom just to put people on notice, man. Hey, I got this thing protected. So to the extent that you are looking to kind of try to infringe my patent, it will be some type of a recourse. So, man, I don't know. I would love to see it at the bottom, but it has all the reviews you talk about, all the 5-star reviews. I think, again, I would imagine that it has more reviews now, but at the time of this, it had 160 reviews, all 5-star. You can see some of the uses at the table, the picnic table, at the table at the house, table outside, a lot at the table. So again, man, that's cool. A lot of table things. I want to see it at the floor here. I don't see any on the floor. That's an interesting table right there. But I don't know what do you guys think? To the extent that you have bought one of these games, it seems like he has sold some. So to the extent that you have bought one of these games, let me know. Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Does the family enjoy playing this game? Let me know. I would love to hear your comment about it in the comment section. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Also, hit the subscribe button. If you are not part of the IP community, I would love to have you part of the IP community. We talk not only about these Shark Tank breakdowns, but we also talk about current events. I bring on people such as Tim to kind of tell their story and how they kind of came to be, get a little bit more in depth of the story as far as developing a product and how did they kind of come to where they are today. So, we do those interviews. We also break down IP lawsuits. So big companies, small companies who are suing each other for IP, whether it's trademarks, copyrights, patents. We kind of break down the lawsuit, go through it, and hopefully try to glean some insight on what went wrong in that situation. So some of everything that we do here on the channel. So to the extent that you want to be a part of things, please hit the subscribe button. Like I said, let me know what you think about this one in the comment section. I think this is pretty cool, and I think this has a chance to go somewhere. Glad he was able to get a deal from the Sharks. I was interested. I thought Mr. Wonderful, Lori, and even Mark, because I know Mark has did some stuff with like these type games, paddle ball, I think paddle smash, a couple of them that came on that he has invested in some. He missed out on some. So I thought this was one that he would probably be interested in, but it seems like he got out pretty early as well. So that I thought that was interesting. But again, kudos to Tim. Again, that ping pong on the go. Definitely don't I really consider trademarking that with Tim, because I think that's an interesting one as well, that from a branding standpoint can kind of really be a big part of it. And till next time, you guys, protect that IP, whether it's patents, whether it's copyrights, trademarks, trade secrets, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.